Little House on the Prairie arrived at a time when TV was often filled with crime shows, Western action, and fast-paced entertainment. Yet this new series moved in a different direction. It slowed everything down and focused on the simple but powerful story of one family trying to survive and build a life on the American frontier. Based on the beloved books by Laura Ingalls Wilder, the show brought the world of Walnut Grove to life with warmth, struggle, and emotional honesty that immediately set it apart. Albert Ingalls was one of the most emotional and unforgettable characters on Little House on the Prairie. For many fans growing up in the 1970s and 1980s, he was the troubled but lovable adopted son of the Ingalls family. With his brown hair and rebellious personality, Albert quickly became one of the most talked-about characters on the show. At the heart of the series was the Ingalls family, led by Charles Ingalls and his wife Caroline, as they raised their children in a small rural community where every day brought new challenges. One of the most important figures in the show's success was Michael Landon, who not only played Charles Pa Ingalls, but also served as executive producer and frequent director. Landon shaped the entire tone of the series, ensuring it stayed grounded in emotion and moral storytelling rather than spectacle. His portrayal of Charles Ingalls gave the character a steady warmth, a quiet strength, and a deep sense of responsibility that became the emotional anchor of the show. Alongside him was Karen Grassle, who played Caroline Engles, known affectionately as Ma. Together, Landon and Grassle created a believable marriage built on mutual respect and shared hardship, something television audiences deeply connected with. But it was the children of the Ingalls family who truly captured the hearts of viewers. Melissa Gilbert portrayed Laura Ingalls, the spirited middle daughter whose journey from childhood to adulthood formed the emotional core of the series. Her character was strong-willed, curious, and often stubborn, but also deeply loyal and compassionate. Watching Laura grow up on screen gave the show a sense of continuity and emotional depth that kept audiences invested for years. Another key figure was Melissa Sue Anderson, who played Mary Ingalls, Laura's older sister. Mary's storyline became one of the most emotional arcs in the entire series, especially as she faced devastating challenges that changed her life forever. Anderson's quiet, controlled performance made Mary one of the most memorable characters on television at the time. Even beyond the immediate Ingalls family, the series expanded into a wider community of characters who gave Walnut Grove its identity. Albert was introduced later in the series and quickly became part of the Ingalls household. His character brought additional emotional depth to the show as he struggled with identity, belonging, and personal hardship while being adopted into the family. For many fans, Albert represented the idea that family is not only about blood, but also about love, acceptance, and choice. The cast became like family to viewers. Michael Landon was the wise and loving Charles Ingalls. Karen Grassle brought warmth and strength to Caroline Ingalls. Melissa Gilbert became one of television's most beloved child stars as Laura Ingalls, while Melissa Sue Anderson and the rest of the cast helped create one of the most memorable shows in television history. But behind the smiles and wholesome stories on screen, life turned out very differently for many of the stars who made the series so special. Some went on to enjoy long and successful careers. Others faced heartbreaking personal struggles, painful illnesses, and tragedies that no one could have predicted when they first stepped onto the set in the 1970s. Several beloved cast members are no longer with us, and some of their deaths shocked fans around the world. Perhaps no loss hit fans harder than that of Michael Landon. To millions, he wasn't just an actor. He was television's favorite father figure. Before Little House on the Prairie, he had already become famous on Bonanza. And after Little House, he found even greater success with Highway to Heaven. It seemed as though his career could last forever. Then in 1991, everything changed. At just 54 years old, Michael Landon announced that he had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, one of the deadliest forms of the disease. The news stunned Hollywood and devastated fans. Only a few months earlier, he had appeared healthy and energetic. Suddenly, the man who had spent years bringing hope to television families was fighting for his own life. Landon faced the illness with incredible courage and honesty. He gave interviews, remained optimistic, and continued to inspire people even during his darkest days. Sadly, his battle was tragically short. On July 1st, 1991, only 3 months after revealing his diagnosis, Michael Landon passed away. He was just 54 years old. The news sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. Millions of fans mourned the loss of a man who had become a symbol of kindness, strength, and family values. Another heartbreaking loss came years later with Richard Bull, who played the lovable store owner Nels Olson. His character often found himself caught between his demanding wife Harriet and the people of Walnut Grove, making him one of the show's most charming and relatable characters. Richard enjoyed a long acting career that stretched over several decades and remained beloved by fans long after the series ended. In 2014, Richard Bull passed away from pneumonia at the age of 89. Although he had lived a long and full life, fans were saddened to say goodbye to one of the last remaining links to the golden era of Little House on the Prairie. Then there was Catherine McGregor, who played Harriet Olson, one of television's most unforgettable characters. Harriet could be difficult, proud, and often hilarious, but Catherine's performance made her impossible to dislike completely. Behind the scenes, however, she was very different from the woman audiences saw on screen. After leaving acting, Catherine dedicated much of her life to spiritual pursuits and charitable work. She lived quietly for many years before passing away in 2018 at the age of 93. Her death marked another emotional moment for longtime fans who had grown up watching the series. Victor French, who portrayed Isaiah Edwards, also suffered a tragic fate. His character was rough around the edges, but possessed one of the kindest hearts in Walnut Grove. Off-screen, Victor and Michael Landon were extremely close friends, and their friendship lasted for decades. In 1989, Victor French died from lung cancer at just 54 years old, the exact same age Michael Landon would be when he passed away 2 years later. The coincidence remains one of the saddest chapters in the history of the series. Two of the show's most beloved stars, both gone far too soon, and both victims of cancer. Dabbs Greer, who played Reverend Alden, became another fan favorite. His gentle personality and calming presence made him one of Walnut Grove's most trusted figures. He continued acting for many years and remained active well into his later life. In 2007, Greer passed away at the age of 90 after battling kidney disease and heart problems. Kevin Hagen, remembered as the compassionate Doc Baker, also left a lasting impact on the show. Whenever trouble struck Walnut Grove, Doc Baker was usually there to help. Sadly, Hagen died in 2005 after battling esophageal cancer. He was 77 years old. The losses did not end there. Merlin Olsen, who played Jonathan Garvey, enjoyed success both as an actor and as a former football star. In 2010, he died after a battle with mesothelioma, a rare and aggressive form of cancer. He was 69 years old, and his death deeply saddened fans who remembered his gentle and dependable character. Shannon Doherty played Jenny Wilder, joining Little House on the Prairie in its later seasons as a young actress. Years after her time on the beloved series, she became known not only for her successful television career, but also for her courageous and very public battle with breast cancer. After fighting the disease for several years, Doherty sadly passed away in July 2024, leaving behind a legacy of strength, resilience, and memorable performances. Matthew Labyorteaux, who played Albert Engles, thankfully remains with us in 2026 and has dedicated much of his life to advocacy work and voice acting. The young actor faced challenges from the beginning, overcoming serious health issues during childhood before becoming one of the show's most beloved stars. Melissa Gilbert, now in her 60s, has built a remarkable life beyond Little House on the Prairie. She became president of the Screen Actors Guild, wrote best-selling books, and remains closely connected to the show's passionate fan base. Even after all these years, many people still think of her as little Laura running through the fields. Melissa Sue Anderson, who played Mary Engles, stepped away from Hollywood and built a quieter life with her family in Canada. Though she no longer appears regularly on television, fans continue to remember her emotional performances on the series. Karen Grassle, who portrayed Caroline Ingalls, also remains a beloved figure among fans. Her portrayal of Ma Ingalls helped define the heart of the show, and she has continued acting while reflecting fondly on the role that changed her life forever.